Hey friends, you're watching BrainStormAcres. I'm Henry.
And I'm Irene.
Today's been one heck of a day.
Yeah, we were hoping to do a garden tour for the Shed Wars stuff today, and there was just no way. It is blowing so hard out there that we had to give up working outside.
We don't give up working very easily either.
Right, well, we started at 6 o'clock this morning, and it was great because there was no wind. And I was able to get the asparagus harvested and the snow peas and get a bunch of other stuff done. And then we set up to, we wanted to get a bunch of tomatoes planted out into the straw bales today.
21 of them?
Let's see, we have 21 holes, but we're 3 short of that. So yeah, close.
18.
18. We've got like 1 million tomatoes.
Now we had about 70 of them.
Henry figured out who was eating my lettuce today. That was awesome.
Caught it.
Yep.
Didn't catch it.
Right, saw it, yes. We have lettuce in 2 big pots in the greenhouse side garden. I double checked to make sure there was no way a rabbit could get in. And I was like, okay. Because sometimes there'll be a spot where you screwed up and you missed a spot. No, I checked more than once. And he saw it. It was a squirrel.
So we wanted to talk about a couple of things today. One is I just went into the post office to deliver a package for Irene for her business and discovered that we had a care package in the mail.
Right.
We got an anniversary present in the mail, and along with it we got some seeds.
Because you never have enough seeds. I'd forgotten. I had talked to Henry's mom the other day, and she said, well, somebody had given her a whole stack of seeds. These are not out of date particularly, so she asked if I would like any, and I said, well, I would love them. So she ran through what she had, and we settled on a wildflower hummingbird mix. Now, what I find exciting about these is this is both annuals and perennials, so we're working towards that in a couple of spots in our garden where we have perennials that are already coming back and annuals that tend to self-seed. And that's what I want, because first of all, I like the cottage garden look. I don't like things to be lined up in little rows particularly, and unless they're vegetables. And vegetables are allowed to be lined up in rows. But in the flowers, I enjoy that kind of a casual look. I like the fact that we have perennials, and now we have some self-seeding annuals, and this is going to add to that. So I'm definitely excited about that. And then she asked if we were interested in some Crimson Sweet watermelon. And I said, we don't have any watermelon. Somehow we missed buying some. So there's that. And then there's some Alpine strawberries. So
I don't remember much about Alpine strawberries.
I'll look it up. I vaguely remember a few things. So we'll find a place to put them. I think we'll probably put them up against the north side of the house in the shade. And then we have some more hollyhocks, and we love hollyhocks. Right now we've got some black watch hollyhocks that I planted last year that have just started blooming, and those are almost black. These are supposed to be sort of a chocolate brown. These look like they have a little bit more chocolate color to them than the black watch. And then we've got some that are a really nice burgundy color that just started blooming yesterday. So we've got 2 plants doing that. And then we usually have some other random ones that just pop up. We just let them go around the yard and do what they want to. And we don't move them unless they're really someplace bad. We just let them be. And usually what happens is when they get really big, the gophers will come in underneath and destroy them. But usually we still get a bloom off of them first.
The second thing that we wanted to talk about today was a follow-up on the urban-suburban foraging. If you watched yesterday's video, you saw us go to a friend's house who invited us to come over and help pick cherries on her tree.
Right.
She has a number of fruit trees in her backyard.
The way this whole thing started was a couple of years ago. She had asked if I was interested in some pears and some
Okay, you have to get down. I'm done.
apricots. And each year you get different harvests. Some years you get one tree that goes crazy, and another year that a different one goes crazy. Last year we got a ton of figs from her. I have in the past harvested huge quantities of stuff from her yard and also from her neighbors, and that's kind of what I wanted to bring up. In a lot of urban and suburban environments now, you have neighborhood groups that are actually like on Facebook, or they have some sort of an email thing, or I don't know, I'm not sure what other media they're using, but it allows people to stay in touch with one another. But if you live in an environment like that, and maybe you're just even renting, you're not buying, so you can't necessarily plant anything where you are, or you wouldn't want to plant anything, and what you would want to plant might be something you can't put in a pot and take with you. If you have the opportunity to join a group like that, you may be able to gain access to older fruit trees. In my girlfriend's neighborhood, there are a lot of original owners there, and that means a significant percentage of the neighborhood is now in their 60s, 70s, and 80s.
And a lot of them planted fruit trees and some nut trees early on. So a lot of these trees at this point are probably 50 or 60 years old.
Right. Some of them are almost at the end of life, but there's others that are in pretty darn good shape and are still producing, but the people don't want the fruit. And I've done deals before where I harvested fruit and then returned some part of it in edible form, like jams, jellies, something drinkable.
Boy, Issa's being a real...
She's being clingy. I don't think she likes the wind, so she's been wanting to snuggle today a little bit.
I don't like being bitten by her.
Yeah, she...
It's part of her grooming.
Yeah, I know, but I don't feel like being bitten right now either. I'm too tired for that.
In any case, there's a lot of ways that you can forage in suburbia or in urban parts of the world. A lot of it just comes down to asking.
Right. You know, you never jump into somebody's yard and start grabbing stuff. You say something. You try and get an introduction to them or meet them in some way. That's why I said if you are in a neighborhood that has that sort of a neighborhood media group where you can chat with other people in your neighborhood, see if there's anybody there that's got fruit trees or anything else, or even just, you know, a zucchini plant that's gone crazy and they're tired of eating zucchini. Maybe you guys could trade.
Yeah, some of our viewers commented that they've done foraging in people's gardens because people got tired of whatever was coming on.
If you go to high-end restaurants, they pay a fortune to quality local farmers to bring in little bitty baby veggies, little zucchinis, little green beans, all that kind of stuff. If you have too much and you don't have anybody to share it with, for goodness sakes, harvest it little.
So if you're thinking about doing some foraging, there's a lot of ways that you can find out. Irene's mentioned some various medias. Your church is a good place to get some information. Certainly there's going to be people who garden among the congregation.
Right.
You can post a note on community bulletin boards.
Right.
Craigslist and Free Cycle and a bunch of things like that can provide you with a way of getting connected with people who have excess stuff.
Right.
A lot of people, when they get older, can't climb ladders. That's me. I'm not allowed to climb ladders.
Yeah, no.
So you saw Irene and our friend climbing up the ladder to harvest those cherries. Well, a lot of older homeowners aren't supposed to climb ladders anymore. And then the problem is you end up with fruit that is on the ground, spoiling and smelling, and it's a mess.
Right.
So if you can go help somebody like that, everybody wins. We hope this is of interest to you. We hope that provided a little more insight into some of the things you can do to get some fresh produce, fresh fruit for your family, even if you don't have a place to grow it. Well, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications, because we're always doing something crazy and getting blown away on
Right, and we will be doing an update on the garden probably the next couple of days, because we have 2 straw bale gardens, hydroponic tomatoes, a wicking tote with cucumbers in the greenhouse, and a bunch of other kinds of beds in the regular yard. So there's lots going on.
There's always lots going on here. And unfortunately, for the next 3 days, we're going to have high winds, which is why we're here now.
Right.
The wind's just too high.
On the other hand, we are supposed to get a little cooler, which is the thought of being able to sleep comfortably at night appeals to me intensely right now.
Well, thanks for watching. Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.